17 interesting facts about the coronavirus. Number 17, the Chinese government has very interesting ways it trains its officials to deal with the coronavirus. Number 16, Taiwan had the second highest risk for infection in the entire world, yet it has the lowest rate of any country that got the infection at 1 out of every 500,000 people. Number 15, social distancing works. You can see how it happened with the Spanish flu. See, in Philadelphia, nothing was done for 3 weeks after the first diagnosis of someone with the Spanish flu, and you can see a huge spike in their graph of deaths. Whereas in St. Louis, within 2 days of the first person being diagnosed, schools and businesses were closed, and you can see significantly less people died and a much more gradual curve. Number 14, many countries in the world require temperatures to be taken at any workplace or at school, and they also require masks to be worn at all times. Number 13, Chinese government can prevent movement immediately. What I mean by this is the Chinese government controls the airlines, they control the airports, they control the trains, and they control the highways. So within an hour, probably less than that, probably within a few minutes of high command saying that the transportation is being locked down, they can actually do it and close all the highways, close all the trains and all the airports, so nobody can really get out of their area. Now this is obviously a debatable topic to have a government have this much control, but when it comes to a virus, it can actually be beneficial because it can lock the virus and help prevent it from spreading. I personally have experience with the highways being blocked because there was too much fog in China when I was driving around and I couldn't get to my hotel. I actually had to sleep in the car, which kind of sucked. Number 12, stop smoking. The coronavirus attacks your lungs, and smoking also attacks the lungs. So the healthier your lungs are, the higher rate of survival you have. So don't smoke. Number 11, Italian and Spanish social culture. As I traveled around the entire world, I quickly noticed that both Italy and Spain have very social cultures where they do things in big groups and always everything's a social gathering, from eating to doing activities, whereas many other countries around the world, things are done a little bit more independently. Now this social culture is really fun and exciting, what's made these countries so special, but the problem with the virus outbreak is this helps spread the virus a ton. And so this is probably one of the factors, obviously there's a lot, of why Spain and Italy have the highest rates of all of Europe with the coronavirus. Number 10, China built a hospital in just 10 days. Absolutely incredible. And to quote a civil engineer, "For someone who has never worked in this field and has no idea how complicated it must have been to coordinate, it's unbelievable." I'll put a link to my friend's video in the description that goes into great detail about how it was done. Number 9, the Singapore-Malaysian bridge is closed. The last time this happened was World War II. And for those that don't know, Singapore is a country and a city all in one. And so there's many people that live in the next door city, which is actually in Malaysia, and cross the bridge every day to go to work. So workers had to make a choice. Are they going to live in Singapore and continue working but have nowhere to spend the night, or go to Malaysia and not be able to work in Singapore for over 2 weeks or maybe even longer? And you can see like Malaysians sleeping on the streets because they have no beds because of this coronavirus. Number 8, South Korea has drive-through coronavirus testing. Many other countries like the US have adopted this. Number 7, Italians in lockdown play music. Number 6, when Americans go into panic, they take toilet paper. And social distancing sure doesn't matter when it comes to toilet paper. Number 5, spring break still happens in Florida. Number 4, most countries have severe travel restrictions, but there are some countries that haven't put any in place. Number 3, there are actually people that have no idea what's going on right now. You know this because of what grocery store workers posted on their Facebook pages. Here's one quote. "Customer asked me if there was some sort of holiday happening because it was so busy." And here's another quote. "A customer comes through my line, looks around for a second and says, I've never seen it this busy on a Sunday. Number 2, the main way you actually get the virus is by touching somewhere that the virus is and then touching your face and it either going through your eye, nose, or mouth. So be very careful with touching your face, and also make sure you wash your hands all the time. And number 1, unfortunately, is sad news. Because of the devastation that the coronavirus has had on the economy, there are many people that have lost their jobs and may not have enough food to eat or feed their family. So let's hope this coronavirus ends very soon.